have something like this go on is bizarre and shocking, to say the least.
A Salem lawyer reacts tonight to news that his college friend goes from cop to suspected cop killer. It's one of the largest manhunts in LAPD history, and it is continuing right now. Welcome, everyone, to KOIN Local 6 at 5. I'm Kelly Day.
I'm Jeff Gianola, and that former Los Angeles cop's name is Christopher Dorner. He's suspected of shooting 3 police officers this morning, killing one. And police say Dorner also killed the daughter of a police captain and her fiancé over the weekend. There's an Oregon connection. Dorner went to college with a Salem attorney, and our reporter Carla Castano just got back from Salem and has his reaction. Carla?
Well, the two met on the college football field while attending Southern Utah, and we've just learned the Salem man's name appears in Dorner's manifesto, mentioned as someone he admires and respects.
I don't want to say bizarre or overstate this, but again, I hadn't spoken with him in years. So phone call out of the blue was a bit odd, but again, somebody I considered a friend for all this time.
Salem attorney James Ucera says he hasn't spoken to his old college buddy turned murder suspect Christopher Dorner since then. Today, police officers in 9 Southern California counties are on high alert. They consider themselves possible targets of the former Los Angeles police officer suspected in 2 overnight shootings. One police officer was killed, another was seriously hurt.
Just absolute befuddlement and shock when I learned about it this morning.
Investigators say the suspect is a former LAPD officer and Navy reservist who posted an online manifesto threatening police officials and their families. Hard for an old friend to believe. He
always seemed to me to be, a reasonable and intelligent, articulate person, and frankly seemed to really have his act together. I mean, finished college, went in the military, served our country. Police say
Dorner also shot at 2 officers this morning who were providing security for police officials mentioned in his manifesto.
Was there any indication of this? And there just isn't, or it wasn't in my mind anyway. Nothing that I ever experienced with him would have suggested that he was a threat to anybody or that he was violent in any way.
And even though Ucera hasn't heard from his old college friend for 4 years, he wanted to send him a message.
Chris, turn yourself in. I mean, no good is going to come of this. Enough.
The Los Angeles police chief says the fugitive ex-police officer has multiple weapons, including an assault rifle. He also says the massive manhunt may be the largest in the department's history. Meanwhile, Dorner's former police badge and ID were found at the airport in San Diego this morning. Kelly, Jeff, back to you.
Within the last 90 minutes, the LAPD confirms that it has found Christopher Dorner's truck in the mountains in Big Bear. Officers swarmed the area with assault weapons drawn. That truck was burning when they got there. Police say they think Dorner's somewhere in the San Bernardino Mountains. They're telling everyone staying at the Big Bear ski area, the Big Bear ski resort area, to stay in their rooms, and visitors without rooms have been ordered to leave.
And LAPD officers made a huge mistake when they were searching for Christopher Dorner this morning. The chief there says that 2 people in a truck that matched the suspect's vehicle were shot by officers as they approached another officer's home. The women inside that truck were just delivering newspapers.
One has a minor gunshot wound and is in the process of being released. The second person is in stable condition with 2 gunshot wounds. Tragically, we believe that this was a case of mistaken identity by the officers.
And officers fired their guns in another case of mistaken identity while they were looking for that suspect, but in that one, no one was hit.
Stay with us for continued coverage of this manhunt.